How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Tom, and in today's video, we are talking about a week in the life of a content creator. That's right, folks. We have got a week in the life video ready for your faces. So basically, my name is Tom. I do YouTube full time for my job. I run multiple channels, my main one being the Tom Origins channel, which has just celebrated 6,000 subscribers. We're getting so close to that next milestone of 3 million channel views. But we've got a lot of other channels on the side. We've got like a podcast type channel. We've got a couples channel. I manage my friend's band account. So they've got like a rock band, indie rock band that I kind of manage their channel for. So sometimes I'll be doing them favors like thumbnails, edits, uploads, things like that. So we've got a lot going on. It's going to mainly be focused around my two channels. Is the couples channel, which is the Lord and Lady Tellen channel, always linked in the description, and the main channel being the Tom Origins YouTube channel. So let me get you started with what I do in the morning. Let's go. So basically, in the morning, it's the beautiful air fryer, the beautiful cup of tea, and the ADHD notebook, pen and paper. That's how we start the morning. That's how we do it. We roll out of bed, we get up nice and early, we tackle the day with an air fryer breakfast, which I'll show you what that is in a moment, a nice cup of tea, and the notepad of destiny. This is the best thing. If you're a content creator, if you're a creative person, notepads are the way to go. You put stuff on your phone and you forget about it. That's what I do. I write it in my notes or my calendar or whatever, and most likely I'll forget about it. But on that pen and paper, you've wrote it by hand. You've got it right there in front of you. I keep this on my desk at all times. This thing is the notepad of destiny. It's the only way you can get shit done because it's the best way of looking at what you've got to do. So basically, I've kept abreast of what's going on in the world today. And this week, it's game week. We've got a lot of game showcases, as you can see in that beautifully neat handwriting. We've got the game showcases of the week. We've got June 8th to the June 12th. We've got Summer Games Fest, Xbox event, PC event, Ubisoft event, and Capcom Showcase event. We've got a lot of gaming content coming this week, and each one of these are multiple ways of making content, and I'll show you for why. So basically, I've got 5 live streams. I thought that was 6. There's 5. There's 5 live streams happening of different game showcase events. So I'm going to turn that into content. So I'm going to live stream my live reaction to each one of the events. So that's 5 live streams already in the bag. That's long form content. I'll get into that in a minute. Then we're going to have a reaction made for each one of the live streams. So say the live stream goes for about an hour to 2 hours. It really depends on how long the game showcase is. That's a long video. And most people these days have got very short attention spans, which is what you've got to market and capitalize on. So basically, because of long form content being as long as these showcases, not everyone's going to tune in for them. So not everyone's going to be watching live. And even though the video gets uploaded after the fact, once the live stream's ended, people aren't necessarily going to go back and watch a really long video. So you're going to want to cater to those people that have a shorter attention span. So say the event is about an hour long. I can make about a 10 to 20 minute video based on the event. So there I've got 5 more pieces of content. So I've gone from having no content, a big 0, to having 10 in just doing these 2 things. 10 pieces of new content, 5 long, 5 short or medium. Then we can go to really short people who've got very short attention spans. I don't mean height, I mean attention spans. People who've got very, very short attention spans need something that's engaging and snappy. Maybe it's a 60-second video clip, maybe it's a 10-second video clip, but that's where YouTube Shorts come in. So say if I make 4 pieces of YouTube short content for each one of the 5 gaming events, I'll have 20 pieces of content. So just by doing 5 live streams, 5 normal videos, and 20 YouTube shorts, I will have 30 new pieces of content by the end of the week. And it's topical, and it'll be trending, so I'll be doing my job. Basically, that is the life of understanding content for a YouTuber. You have to understand what your chosen field is. Mine's obviously video games. Then you've got to choose what's trending that week, what's going to be popular that week, and how can you capitalize on being super productive. The reasoning why you've got long form, mid form, and short form content. Long form content is great to get new subscribers and new viewers. I do this all the time. I do a live stream of a new game that's just come out, or maybe an old game that I've not played for a while, and I can get new people to come and tune in. The other day we were streaming a game called DayZ. I did like a 4 or 5 hour stream on that game. I had some new viewers. there, and we have some new subscribers from that one stream. So that was pretty good. Mid-form content is kind of like you're running your own TV channel. Basically, your main channel is like a news or a TV show that people will tune in weekly. So that's where your old subscribers will come in. It's also the opportunity for some new subscribers to turn up. The mid-form content is the one where you're going to get your ad revenue from the most. You still get monetized for YouTube Shorts and streams, but mainly it's your normal videos. So say you can get like a 20-minute YouTube video that pulls in, say, like 100,000 views. That'll get you a lot of good ad revenue as a beginner on the channel. So basically, the mid-form content is your money maker. That's what's got to be super nice, pristine, good quality, great thumbnail, great title, great tag, great description, and playlists to other videos that are mid-form videos. So you got your long live streams, you got your short videos, mid-form videos. Then for YouTube Shorts, you've got people who've got the shorter attention span. That's a great way to get new viewers and new subs, just similar to the live streams, but shorter content. And that's basically it. You've got to understand what content's coming out, what you can make content around and for, how you're going to make that content, and what's sort of going to be your tick list for making content, and the reasoning behind why you're doing it, because that will always motivate you forwards. And yes, this whole week in the life of a YouTuber thing should hopefully show people that YouTube is no cakewalk, and if you want to do this for a job, you've got to be committed. You've got to be just as committed as you would be for a normal 9-to-5 job, if not more. You haven't got a boss, you haven't got a HR department. It's you on your own out there, and everything's in your hands. Everything's your job. Everything's up to you to get right. So I hope you'll enjoy this type of series and this type of day in the life, or a week in the life for this example, and hopefully you guys will enjoy it. So yeah, now we're going to smash cut to breakfast. Another thing to look forward to at being a full-time content creator, alongside your Lamborghinis, Ferraris, mansions and super yachts, and private jets, you can look forward to having a very nice stone cold breakfast. Because if you're like me and you're an ADHD content creator, you will have put your breakfast in the air fryer and boiled yourself your kettle and made your coffee or your cup of tea. Then a spark of genius will have come to mind, and you'll have gone to invest in a project. Maybe you're writing down some new ideas, maybe you're talking to the camera, maybe you're making a video, maybe you're thinking about how you can make a video, and then you realise your breakfast is stone cold. Which is great, because nobody enjoys a cold breakfast more than a content creator. So yeah, look forward to cold coffees and teas and cold breakfasts. Because this is not a job where it is 9 to 5. No clock in, clock out. This is a 24-hour, 365 days a year, 7 days a week job. And you're not ready for it. Until you are, and then you can try and make a crack of it. So, yeah, just another day in the life of a content creator. Roll the next clip. So basically, now that I've had my breakfast, cold or not, I now get to take this upstairs and show you guys the office. So let's get cracking. Welcome to the office. Let's show you around. So basically, we got the Tom Origin sign, we got some Prime, got a bunch of gaming stuff. Is that a mini me? Oh my god, it is. And there's a bunch of other stuff. Some little memorabilia from different adventures. A fan, necessary in the hot heat wave of summer that we're having at the moment in the UK. And if we lock the lighting to low, you can see the lights we got going on down here. The gaming PC herself being all beautiful and fantastic. The green screen. There she is. And then over here, we've got this is a sort of third-party TV, so anybody who wants to come and be a second, who wants to play co-op, split-screen, multiplayer, LAN parties, whatever we want to do, that can go on there. It's a big, massive telly that we can play the live streams playbacks on, so I can make sure the stream's going good in good quality. The gaming desk, which is an absolute necessity. Absolute necessity. We've got everything we need. The notepad of destiny. The Xbox, the PC, the massive telly, the editing booth, which we've got a little laptop setup going on there for like travel vlogs and stuff. We've got the Helen's Xbox, got a nice big, nice bit of lighting display there on the desk that I built myself by hand, which is pretty cool. And then over here we got kind of the nerd wall It's kind of the nerd wall of Destiny over there. We got some posters from Huddersfield. I love that place. Some Lego. Ravenforge. Shout out to Ravenforge. Working with those guys now. Amazing people. Working with them guys. And if you want to get yourself a nice bit of Ravenforge memorabilia, they make swords. They make awesome swords. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Casual, just chill in bed. Telly again. This is where the PlayStation lives, so we can play that. Again, a nice lovely tower fan, ready for the heat waves of summer. And to be fair, I live 90% of the time in shorts anyway, and I always have that thing on, basically, because when I start getting everything turned on and all the editing stuff going, it gets super, super hot in this room. So yeah, basically, a nice little setup tour. I have got a full-blown setup tour on my channel. You can go and check that out if you want to. And yeah, it's pretty much just everything I need. A bunch of files, a bunch of notebooks. In the spare drawer, we've got a bunch of notebooks and stuff. So yeah, basically that's the workstation. I live 90% of my working life here. And it's the best thing in the world because I can just work from the moment I get up. And then I can flop on my bed and go to sleep. And that might be at 10 o'clock at night. It might be 4 o'clock in the morning. Depends on what content we're making. We've also got the nice lovely lights, which are always turned on because we need good visual quality. This is my original black and red gaming chair. Soundproof foaming on the wall, which we mounted, which is pretty cool. And yeah, this is 90% of the time. This is where we are. This is how we're doing stuff. But yeah, channel is booming at the minute. It's doing very well. These are some of my favourite videos and my banner. And yeah, if you look down there, we're on 1,000. Oh, look at it. 6,001. It's not actually 6,001. I'll tell you for why. If we go to the YouTube Studios tab, which you will live on YouTube Studios, basically, if we go to the YouTube Studios tab, you can see that it's 6,016. That's why when you go to the main channel, you can see that there's a little 1 there. That represents the 1 in front of the 16. So essentially, it's 6,010, and then whatever it goes. And then when we get to 20, it'll go to a 2, and then so on and so forth. And then when it gets to 100, so 6,100, that 0 will become a 1. Fun fact for you there. Fun fact for you. The more you know. All right, I'll try and add that meme in later. But yeah, this is the setup for the day. So we're going to get to work on prepping some thumbnails for these videos, just so we're nice and eager, ready to go. I actually can show you some of my thumbnails that I make there. You got some DayZ live streams, some Call of Duty live streams. These are the new GTA videos we just made and did. And at some point, I want to make like a coffee table book of all my favourite thumbnails. So I'm just saving thumbnails as I make them. And then we can put them in a folder. And then I can make like maybe like a little coffee table book with all my favourite thumbnails in that I can have for myself to browse through. And also maybe sell us some merch. Basically, one thing that I forgot to show you guys. I strapped a pizza box to my wall. This is the lid of a Papa John's pizza box because it had a Modern Warfare 2 promo on it. And my friends Neve and Danny drove me to go and get it. So that's pretty cool. And then up there is the game of the year last year was Elden Ring. And this has only just occurred to me now. But what I was thinking is every year a new game of the year gets voted. So every year when the new game of the year gets announced, I might buy a piece of memorabilia and potentially display it for a whole year in the office once the game's been announced. So whatever wins Game of the Year this year, I might try and buy a piece of memorabilia for it, stick it up there, and that can be the Game of the Year spot. So that's the way we can honour Game of the Year every year. That's a cool idea. Smart. Always coming up with ideas. Part of being a full-time content creator. Idea station. Yay. But we've got a busy week happening this week, so I'm going to get on the phone, make some calls, sort some things out, and then we're going to be rocking and rolling. Roll the next clip. Another perk of being a YouTuber is that you are very much adjustable, because 99% of the time you work from home in a home office like the one you've seen already, or someone's studio or setup that they might have as an external bit of property. 99% of the time you do work from home, but because of the perk of the job, you can create content, upload, edit on the go. Therefore, you can be quite mobile when it comes to helping other people in their scenarios. So as you could probably tell from the last couple of clips, this isn't my normal setup. This is actually my girlfriend Helen's house. This is her mum and dad's house where she lives at the moment. And basically this week, her mum and dad went away to a show, a concert, and Helen still has work in the middle of the week. So Helen asked me to come round so I can house sit while they are away, which is pretty cool. because I can still use the internet, can still make my content, still film and record stuff. For example, tonight, the Summer Games Fest is going to kick off, so I'm going to live stream and broadcast it from here instead of my office. And again, it's not going to make too much of a difference for the quality of the content. It just means that I have to have a different sort of style of setup. So instead of a PC live stream, we'll do a phone live stream on YouTube Live and things like that. But yeah, one of the perks of the job, quite mobile, you can work on the move. And it's also promising for the future because it means you could literally move anywhere in the world and your job won't change. It doesn't, I don't have any work colleagues, so that's not going to change. Got no boss, so that's not going to change. I'm going to be able to be really mobile when it comes to working remote, working abroad, working in England, working around the world. I can work in my job literally anywhere. And that's one of the massive perks that I love the most. But with that being said, I'm going to get everything set up. I'm going to get ready to make a lot of content today. Yeah, roll the next clip. Keeping you up to date with the behind the scenes of a week of a life of a YouTuber, whatever this series is going to be called in the end. Basically keeping you up to date with what goes on behind the scenes. My God, it's stressful. But in the UK right now, we've hit a harsh working environment here in the office because there's a heat wave hitting the UK. We had tropical lightning storms yesterday. We had heat like higher than the UK is capable of normally having. Us in the UK are weaklings to heat. We hate it. We don't like it. It's horrible. We don't have air conditioning in our homes. Like the Americans, you guys have got AC. We don't have AC in our homes. We don't. We have fans, and that's it. That's it. And it's not good enough. But we're cooking to death. But apart from that, we're getting ready because at 6:30 tonight, we've got another game festival to document. We've had the Xbox showcase. That's out on the channel. That was amazing. We had the Summer Games Fest. Not that good, but we still covered it. And now we're getting ready to, I'm going to possibly try and squeeze out a Starfield video just before the 6:30. So if I make a Starfield video, I can kind of share with you the process of behind the scenes of making, editing, uploading, thumbnailing, playlisting a video. So yeah, I'll bring you behind the scenes in the office. Peace. So finally, after a couple of hours of work, of thumbnailing, tick, video, uploading, we've now got to come to the best part. How to upload your video. You got to go through all of these steps. If you're monetized, like myself, you have to go through these additional steps. But basically, you want a snappy title. So obviously the whole theme of Starfield, the game, is about exploring outer space. So I said the Starfield gameplay looks out of this world. Snappy title. Hopefully someone will jump in. Here we got some hashtags going. Some trending hashtags. Hashtags are part of the algorithm. Going to help your video get to see that by the right audience. They're going to get to find their way into people's notification boxes if they're tagged right. A little brief description can be added here. Obviously I have a default one that uploads with every video, but basically it's just going to be like this game by, and then you can if you want to. It's going to be hard to do with the phone. 1 second. And you can tag the studio, so at Bethesda and Xbox is gonna be 2023 game of the year. So something snappy like that is going to grab some people's attention. Either they'll be haters or either they'll be like people who agree with that statement. But it'll be a snappy title that people are going to get the, catch the eye of, and going to try and debate it in the comments, which pushes the video for the algorithm, which is great. Down here are some more tags. So Starfield gameplay, Xbox gaming, Bethesda, Starfield Direct, and then the date that it was recorded on. All of this stuff, gaming, what game is it about? It's about Starfield. Go over to here, monetize, get all that done, go for all the safety regulations and get that done. And then here's an important bit. So we want to import an end credit scene. So this is where the marketing comes in really well. So basically I want to add a box and a subscribe button, and this will show people what the best video for their interests are, plus an easy way for people to quickly just hit subscribe. So it's pretty cool. No copyright issues have been found, so the ad ratings are allowed to be on. and then you can either make it public, make it private, whilst you're fixing stuff, unlist it, so it's just a video for yourself. You can send that out via links, members only, so if people join the 99p club and you become a Tom Origins member, you might get exclusive videos popping up, or you can schedule an upload, which I'm going to do. So I'm going to schedule to upload for about 10:30 UK time, because that's when most of my audience come on. Funny enough, I'm a UK content creator, but a lot of my audiences are Americans and people from outside of the UK, so I cater my time zone for when people in the foreign countries are going to be active, because it's going to help the channel and help the video. So I can schedule that to upload. So tonight at 10:30 p.m. this Starfield video will go live. Thanks for watching A Week in the Life of a YouTuber. Peace! Alright, so basically taking you behind the scenes of how I make a video. On my software I have my Sony Vegas, which is up here. That is my editing tool. Down here I have my recording tool, which is OBS Studios. So basically with the likes of OBS Studios, if I open it up for you guys, I'll be able to show you. It's got a webcam so you can see my face, my subscriber count. If I want to show that off in a video, I can. At any moment I can use these intricate settings to go through and change stuff. So say I want to turn the subscriber count off, I can. If I want to take the little display box away, I can. If I ever wanted to not have my webcam on, I can just turn that on and off at a moment's notice. And then when I want some gameplay, I can find out whatever it is that I want to be capturing. So say it's this screen I want to be capturing. I want to show the video. I want to change this black screen. So basically what I do is I can just go over to the capture and then just change it over like that. So now the video can see what it is that I'm doing. And whether I'm making a video, I can press start recording. Or if later on, like we're going to do a live stream, we do a live stream and this will open up. So we broadcast live using this device. It's pretty cool. I'll show you the live stream feature later when we're actually doing the live stream. But at the moment, this is how it needs to be left. Looks pretty cool. Looks pretty cool. But we're going to open up to our Sony Vegas, because that is our editing tool. We've got a video we've just recorded here. This is a preview of the video. And the full video, unedited, is about 8 minutes long. Now, I instantly have to go through, dragging this needle. You can kind of see it here as I drag it along. This needle helps me go through, and this is the video audio. This is the video and audio, but this is video files. That's audio files. So say if my mum or dad leave the house and they make a loud noise, and you know, it's the garage going out for it, it's the car alarm or whatever, I'll find that here in the audio and I'll be able to delete it and remove it and fix it in post. And literally that's what they do for film and TV shows. You get all your raw footage, and then, which will be like this, and then you'll be able to go in with a fine-tune device and carve your way out all your problems. So this video went relatively well. The recording was pretty good. It's pretty satisfied with it. But this bit here, so it came to a moment where I was talking about the video and I got hit with 2 adverts. So the piece of content that I was breaking down ended up having some hidden adverts within it. Now if I leave them unedited and untouched, that can lead to copyright problems, because these are not my adverts to display. So I'm going to get through all the copyrighted content using my device here, and this chunk I'll separate it, but this chunk down here in the middle, that is the copyrighted content, and we will now be able to take that, delete it, and be left with this gap, which we'll be able to pull the 2 pieces of footage back together again. So instead of there being an advert now, my video just blends straight into the next shot. Perfect. And that's basically what can happen. So if you're playing a video game and something's going wrong, you've done it too many attempts, or you don't want to show everyone all your attempts, and you kind of want to keep things light and fast-paced, you can take things off at the front, take things off at the back, take things off in the middle, and just tweak it around and make it your perfect video. But it does take time. Like, that was a quick fix and a quick edit, but some gaming content can take hours to edit through, because you're trying to get that specific moment that's perfect. And if you can't find it, it can be annoying. Branding is everything for me. So here, I'm going to grab my 3 branding things. So this is my logo, this is my play next video, and this is my notification. So I'm going to show you what I'll do with them. Normally, I drag them and put them at the end of the video, but just for you guys, I'm going to do something quite special with this one, and I'll show you that in a moment. Alright, so now because I've added my branding in, when my video comes to an end, instead of it just ending on a black screen like it would do normally, what I can now do is make sure it transitions from the video straight into my branding, which is a good way to wrap up your video. This will be a video for people to watch next. This will be a button for them to click to subscribe. It's a really good way to brand and show off your brand and your channel name and your logos, and to keep people on your channel engaged, because it's not just engaging them for the full length of your video, it's about making them do something after the fact. And that's like a nice little end credit scene where you get to see my logos flipping around with some music in the background. It feels quite nice and tidy, and it looks quite cool. Right, so on top of that, looking good. Now I might want to add some extra audio. This is audio we've not recorded before, so we'll go down and we'll add an audio track. And then we'll be able to input some audio that was not necessarily in the video to begin with. So I've got some copyright-free music here. And I know ones that have got no lyrics in them. That's just a thing you'll learn over time. Because you don't want, if you're talking in a video, you don't want a song with lyrics in the background. It'll overstimulate the person's ears and you won't be able to get a gist of what's going on. If you're talking in a video, you want music that's got no lyrics, just nice music in the background. If you're not going to talk in your video and you're just showing some gameplay, you might want some exciting music in the background that's got lyrics. Only problem with using music that isn't your own, you've got to make sure that it's copyright free. And there's ways of going about doing that. I know I won't bore you here today. But I've dragged my new audio in. Here you can see, nice and blue along the bottom, that's my new audio. But there are some problems with this. If I just played this now, this audio and my talking audio, the music and the audio that I'm narrating, are both going to be at the same volume. So it's kind of like listening to your Alexa and your TV at the same time with two different pieces of audio at both the same level of volume intensity. You're going to get overstimulated again. It's going to be a problem. So I can control this now, and I can bring, as you can see on the left hand side here, there's a slider. I can bring that all the way down and just make that audio very light and very, very subtle, because that way the music will still be playing, but it will nowhere near be as overstimulating to the person's ears, which is the exact thing that we want. And you can test that out by looking at this. So my commentary, which is the red audio, that's going up here to the 12. This music audio is just tickling at the bottom at like the 4.8. So we're very happy with that. That's exactly what we want it to be. You're going to hear that little bit of music in the background, and the audio is going to come in clearer and sharper, and you're going to have that little bit of music in the background just in case there's any pauses or silences for a brief moment or second. The audience will still have that little bit of faint music to listen to keep them engaged even when you're not speaking. It's just part of the skill that you learn when it comes to editing, that you've got to find multiple ways to keep people engaged, and there's millions of different ways to do that. But I said before, I'm going to show you a new trick. This is something I've just recently started to do in my videos, something I've started to learn. So basically, this clip, I'm going to roll this clip, but what I want to do is make it look like it's all cut off so you can see the video behind this. So instead of a red background, you're going to see my video, and I'll show you how I'll do that. So this clip comes with audio, and at this moment in time we don't want its audio, so we're going to delete the audio track. So now we're just left with the video. But still, this nice big red subscribe button is not what we want to see. We want to see the video background. So what we're going to do, I'm going to go into my crop, I'm going to turn that into my preset of a branding, and I could leave it like that, I guess, if I wanted to. I could just leave it like that, because I've made it nice and small now. It'll stay there for a couple of seconds whilst we just make you a demo. So the video's just come on, you'll see the little subscribe animation, tell you to subscribe to the channel, and eventually, once that clip's done playing, it will disappear, and you'll see the rest of the video, like that. But that's all fine and dandy, and I guess you could use it like that if you wanted to, but I don't like how this red box is covering the moon and the background and whatever else might be on screen at this point. So this is where we're going to get a bit more technical. Here is a prompt of all the different editing software tools that you've got at your disposal. Each one of these is a different ability that you have to learn. So at the moment we're doing a thing called chroma keying, which is nicknamed as green screening. So you'll see here in a moment, once I click this background, boom, it's deleted. The background is gone, and now the font stays on the screen, which is exactly what we want. And you can kind of mess around with the shade, and you can try and get it perfect, because at the moment it's good, but if we look very closely, there's still a little faintness here, and a little outline still. So we can tweak that.
So basically what we want to do is we want to play around with the settings like that. Oh, that's perfect. Play around with the settings like that, and now that little faint little background and that little box has completely disappeared. So now we're left with just the words. So now we hit that animation again when the video begins. You'll see the word subscribe. You'll see it all pop up, and then it'll all disappear. The whole time while that little animation's playing, you can still see the video in action, which is perfect. You don't miss anything. There's not a second of the screen where it's covered up by something. You can see transparently through the background of the font, the moon, the sky, anything we might be covering up with that big red square. It's now gone. Just a little bit of niceness that you can add. It's not going to, do anything major, but it's sometimes the subtle details is what people can enjoy. And you might occasionally get someone who will comment and say, hey, I noticed you tried a new feature in today's video. I really liked it. But now this is a quick edit. Like I said, this is not a very long video to edit, but it's done. It's 7 minutes worth of a video, a couple of seconds at the end for the branding. Added a little bit more branding here at the beginning. And now we can render this bad boy. So we'll just render it as what it is, which is new video. You can give it a title if you want, but just for the sake of this, we'll call it new video. And it'll be rendered in 1080p and 60 FPS. Which, unless you do YouTube, doesn't matter. It doesn't mean anything to you. But this is now in the render. It'll show me the preview of what my video will look like. As you can see, there it is. It's playing in the background. But if anywhere along this process something goes wrong, so say the frame goes funny, or something's been flipped upside down, or that graphic didn't load the way I wanted it to, I could just press cancel and edit it at any time. But yeah, I'm glad I do this type of thing, because it's nice to go deep dive behind the scenes of what it's like to make a video with me. After this is done rendering, sometimes whilst it's rendering, I can close down the program and I can open up, where is it? I can open up Photoshop, which is my thumbnailer of choice. It's good software, Photoshop, can't go wrong with it. This isn't the most up-to-date version, but it's a classic, so it's good. Open up the thumbnail preview tile. So it doesn't look it when you look at it online compared to, say, that, something like that. See these little images? They're called thumbnails. Doesn't look like it there, but that is the same size as what one of them looks like. It's just a bit more blown up because we can see it in better detail. But this video, we are reacting to the Starfield gameplay. So this new game's coming out in September. It's called Starfield. Lots of people are excited for it. And if I wanted to, that could be it. That could be done. But it's quite boring. It's not really got any unique pizzazz to it. Hence why I've got this fun title here. We've got this nice little outline here. I could add my little logo to it as a little watermark if I wanted to. Again, can never go wrong with branding. Branding is always good. We could add one of these reaction faces if we wanted to, so we can mess around with that. So I'm gonna have a little play around opening up some of these files, and I'll show you when we're nearly done. And a bit of time later, with some editing, I've now added my own assets in, like the arrow, the action logos, the reaction title, the little thumbnail watermark, and the little reaction face. Now a boring thumbnail has become quite a lively, vibrant piece of artwork that will add to our video as we upload it. So let's go into saving this image, and we'll just call it thumbnail. And then we can close that down, and it'll be ready and waiting for us once the Sony Vegas has finished the render. So once this video finishes rendering, we can then move on to the final stage of the upload.